It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm David Stroud here with Scooter Scott Callies.
Whoop, whoop. I ain't gonna miss it this time.
Ain't gonna miss it this time.
You did get me Wednesday. I have to say that you
Tuesday.
did get me, or Tuesday. Heck, I'm off a day. Yeah, Tuesday. You did get me on Tuesday.
Well, no, it wasn't that I got you. I think you got yourself.
Well, it's
'Cause he
the
was
process of trying
me.
to get you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fair game.
And so you were thinking about that the whole time, and so I just rolled with it and kept talking.
It's fair game. I get it. I get it.
It's all good.
It happens. It happens.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's going to be warm today.
It
Please
is
be
going
careful.
to get hot.
Yes.
I thought it was warm yesterday, and all I could think about is, oh, how much worse this is going to be tomorrow.
Right. The boss, I didn't know. See, I go to my office and pretty much have to be in there most of the day with what I do now. And I went outside just for a break, stretch the legs, and I start looking, and all the doors are open on the campers and RVs. And I'm like, and I look down the front row, they're all open. And one of the other salespeople was outside, Kyle, and I said, well, it's going to be a door check today because we got to do door checks.
Oh, okay.
At the end of the day to make sure all the doors are shut because sometimes they're left open. But these were all open. And I went back in. I was like, who did that? And the boss and Nate and Richard, our salesman or our finance manager, they went out and opened them all up. And I thought it was to be funny, but really it was because of the heat. Is to let just a little bit of air inside them things because
I could imagine.
Yeah.
It's like in this heat right here, what's coming today, you should really crack your windows in your car.
Yeah.
The heat will just become so much inside that car that it just gets unreal.
Mm-hmm. So you open that door and woof, it's hot. Hopefully
that makes sense to open some of them up.
Yeah.
But the only problem is at the end of the day, you got to go close them.
You got to go close them all.
It's all part of the job.
Well, we don't lock them.
Oh, okay.
Yep, they're unlocked. People can go in them after hours. Not too late because there is a system that will say, please get off the lot. Because there's cameras and there's an actual security company that watches the place. So if you are out there at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, it's going to be like, look, it's too late to be in the campers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. So anyway.
I get it.
Yeah.
You can only control that so long, and then at some point you got to say, okay.
It's,
If not, you never know who you get sleeping in there at nights and stuff.
And it's happened.
Oh, I'm sure. There's no doubt in my mind.
The worst part is when somebody goes to the bathroom in there.
Oh,
Really?
no water hookups,
Really?
no nothing.
Yeah. It's
that's great.
That has only happened once since I've been there in a year and 2 months. So, but it's, if the person had to go, I guess. I don't know.
Got to go. You got to go.
Hey, just don't go in there. There's a Casey's right down the road. They'll take you.
That's funny.
What are you going to do?
So how was your day yesterday?
It was good. We sold 5.
5.
5.
You had a good day.
It was busy. That's why I was saying I'm in the office, just sitting there doing running deals and
Enjoying the air conditioning.
I had to get up and get outside though. I got this nice new chair. I bought myself a chair.
Yeah, that one.
The gaming. It's a gaming chair. Canon got one, and I tested it out, and it's got this little pack that's behind my lower back that vibrates, and I only end up turning that on once a day, usually around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon when you've been sitting there. But really, Carla says you got to set a timer on your phone, like every 45 minutes to an hour to get up and walk around, because it's really not good to sit all day.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, and I'll end up sitting all day if I'm not careful. So I had to get up and just walk around and stretch, But
She had a good day though.
it was.
That's awesome.
I hope it continues today. We have 2 more days of the month, trying to be a strong June. So if you're looking for a camper, I can tell you right now, today and tomorrow is the deals, right? It's
That'll
always
be
at
it.
the end of the month, isn't
It's all it is.
It's when
That's how it works.
At the beginning, you're just kind of like, we got all month, and then at the end of the month, you're like, let's make a deal.
We got to sell something. I got to remember that anytime. Time I go buy something, make sure it's closer to the end of the month if it's a high dollar item.
Right? I just gave it away, didn't I?
You did. You did.
All right, we better start the show, right?
There you go.
Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect, they have 29 in the state, one in Memphis, Tennessee. We sure do appreciate them in our time of need when we lose a loved one. We'll pause now for the morning prayer. Dear Lord, please watch out over everybody that's outside working today. And it's going to be hot. Make sure they stay in shade and hydrated when they need it. And wear some SPF. Please watch over those that are homeless that have no place to go. I know there's some cooling shelters that they can guide them in the right direction. It's going to be hot. Watch out for those that are struggling mentally. As always, watch over our kids, our first responders, and our military, those that put themselves in harm's way for our freedoms. And this I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect. Give them a call at 870-425-2161. Ask them about pre-need service. It's always good to have a plan in place. Isn't that right, Scooter?
It is. That way your loved ones don't have to deal with it, figure out what you wanted. And you know, they're grieving. They're going through a tough time. And it's kind of nice to have that stuff taken care of. And it just takes a little bit of the edge off.
It does. It's I've said before, my father, he had the whole plan done 30 years ago. I mean, everything. Casket, the burial site. It's kind of nice
when all that's taken care of.
All of it. Yep. Very true.
I've had some relatives that have passed away and they had things taken care of. And, you know, it's kind of nice. You just do what you got to do and everything else is handled. And, you know, it did take a lot of pressure off.
Definitely. Let's pause now for Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team.
Oh, honey, we've had such a wonderful vacation here in the Ozarks. I really hate to go home.
I know. The lakes, the rivers, they've all been great for fishing. Oh, and the boating and the swimming.
And the people are so nice in the stores and restaurants.
Let's call an agent and see if we can make Mountain Home our new home.
Call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East Mountain Home.
870-405-0793. Hello, Z-Team?
Welcome back to the morning show. Well, if you're visiting and you decide that you want to move here, call Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team, 870-405-0793.
It could be the best call you ever made.
We live here.
I would call
that's
them. If I was
enough.
moving right now, that's who I'd call.
Yeah.
Just because, not just because they are awesome realtors, and that they want the best for you. You to make the right decision, be informed all the way through. They don't want you getting over your head, but they want you to find that perfect house for the right time of your life. And they're going to be there for you for every step and every little thing. And they're the type of realtors that they want that friendship when it's all said and done. They want to meet you at Walmart and see you smile and say, hey, this is my realtor.
That's right.
These are my people.
That's right.
You know, and that's what they look for. That's what they don't want you upset down the road saying, you know, well, yeah, they sold me my home, but they didn't go over. It was kind of a pain because they didn't go over this. I didn't know what was going to happen here. I didn't. They don't want that. They want to make sure every little thing is dotted. Linda behind the scenes is amazing, and she does such a great job of juggling all the stuff that would drive most people crazy.
Exactly. Well said.
I can just say that
right.
Most people, I think, would go nuts if you looked at all the dominoes that goes into selling one home.
Yep. I couldn't have said it better myself.
I know. That's why I said
it. Well, let's take a look at the White River, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That's a beautiful shot this morning.
Cotter, Arkansas, the horseshoe bend of the White River, and there's a little bit of smoke
on the water.
Very
I'm gonna
nice.
Have to capture this one.
I'm
doing a screenshot as we're talking, and I'm saving this in my little folder that comes up on my backgrounds.
See, that's he's already got probably 5 of these screenshots at various times.
8, I think.
8 of these. You screenshot this, you put it in your folder that does your background on your screen.
Put it on slideshow, and it will just pop up the different pictures and stuff as your background.
It's amazing.
I got some beautiful pictures that have come off of here.
Definitely. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, call the Z Team, 870-405-0793. And if you'd like to see this view 24/7, not just during the show, you can go to retiredarkansas.net. You can also find their listings, the MLS listings, and a plethora of information about the Ozarks. Yeah, it's the word.
It's the word.
It's
I
the
get
word.
It. I get it.
But no, they've got videos about the area if you want to know more. This one moves around, zooms in and out. I love it when he goes to the train station. It's not that kind of train station, but
it's a real train station.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But Bob and Linda Zadora, they've been doing this for, 20 years? They professionals in their field. Customer service is number one.
Yes, by far.
Most definitely. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home, you need to give them a call, 870-405-0793.
It's like City Hall.
City Hall.
They got the gate. Their doors are open.
They're up early. I can remember
trying to beat the heat.
I can remember them doors not being open so early, but you've definitely got to get out right now. Maybe work till 10.
When I was in doing construction, that's what we used to do: is get up just bright early, crack of dawn, get out there, get as much work in as you could. Middle of the day, take a little time off, come back, finish up in the evening time, and
there you go.
Get through it.
There you go.
Be safe.
Be safe. There's the Rainbow Bridge there in Collar, Arkansas. If you've never been down there, you should take a little trip. It's a beautiful little community. And they got this icy cold spring with a rope swing. That'd be a lot of fun on a day like this. You'll probably find yourself sitting in that ice cold water.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
All right.
Yep, I guess
you got some temperatures for us?
Yeah, it's time for
it's gonna get warm today, but
it's time for the crying part.
Let's see how hot it is right now.
It's going to be 74 in Mountain Home. Harrison 78, Batesville 80.
It's not going to be. It is current. That's a current temperature.
If I could speak. Batesville 80, Yellville 72, Marshall 72, Salem 69, Mountain View at 72, Calico Rock at 74, West Plains at 69, Springfield at 75, Poplar Bluffs at 75, and St. Louis at 77. Batesville takes the win. It's already 80 degrees. It's too early for 80.
Yeah, it's been cool nights, nice nights.
National Weather Radar shows we see some heavy activity. Looks like developing towards the end of the day in between Kentucky and Tennessee. You've got something rolling across Nebraska and into Iowa, then just the tip northern part of Missouri. Looks like our neck of the woods doesn't really, here we go, 10, 11. You can see that develop. We'll go ahead and move into our area. It's just going to be sunny and hot today. Whoop. See that right over there. Let's drop that down towards the afternoon. That right there. So if you're going to be traveling east of us, watch out in the afternoon. National Weather Radar warnings show excessive heat watch and heat advisory covering all around us. Look at all the south stretching up into the top part of Missouri, lower part of Illinois, the western part of Kentucky. Look at.
There's no surprise. We knew it was coming.
It's here. 7-day forecast. Excessive heat today. Hot. High of 103. It said 106 on Tuesday, so we got a little. It
makes you see what the heat index is going to bump that to.
Oh my gosh,
that is just going to be crazy.
Yeah. Tonight mostly clear. Low of 76. Friday excessive heat. Hot. High of 99. Friday night partly cloudy. Low of 75. Saturday chance of thunderstorms at 30%. High of 96. Saturday night chance of thunderstorms at 30%. Low of 71. Sunday chance of thunderstorms at 40%. High of 91. Sunday night, slight chance of thunderstorms at 20%, low of 69. And Monday, slight chance at 20%, high at 92. Tree pollen today is low. Grass pollen is high. Ragweed is moderate. Norfolk Lake water levels at 556.33. Level is 4.33 feet above full pool. They're shut down. Bull Shoals Lake water levels at 660.10. Level is 1.1 feet above full pool. They are generating 1. That is a look at your weather, brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. Give them a call at 870-405-0793 if you're looking to buy or sell a home, or you just maybe need some information about the area. Go to their website at retiredtoarkansas.net.
All right.
Yeah.
Take a quick break. Come back with some community news.
Yes, brought to you by Mower Warehouse of Mountain Home, Arkansas.
Be right back.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June. Up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse. With no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This part of Community News is brought to you by Mower Warehouse of Mountain Home, Arkansas. If you're looking for a lawnmower, weed eater, generator, anything.
I mean, they
parts.
have it. If it's anything to do with outdoors, they have it. They've got parts galore, wall-to-wall parts. They carry parts for most brands that are out there. I'm not saying he's going to carry everything. Nobody can carry every part.
No.
But I can say they've always taken care of me. When I needed a part, they've always found it. Last time he was able to make one that I needed that was a custom thing, but he made it. They service almost every brand that's out there. Right now, I mean, they've got such a selection. You've seen it.
Yeah.
They got
you drive by
mowers,
there.
so many, every style.
2 more days for big rebates on mowers.
Yep.
2 more days.
If you are interested in a mower, now's the time to get over there and buy one. They've got financing available. They can do 100% financing, no money down, 0% interest. Just great deals, but right now they got the rebates going on. I'm talking to you, these rebates are huge. On most of the mowers, I know it's like $500.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. You're looking at a mower, and they can get you into one, get you set up. They've got everything from the little push ones all the way up to the commercial big. They even got the stand-up commercial ones and the big zero turns.
We were talking about not sitting all day. I'd say a lot of those stand-up ones are probably sold to commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grass cutters.
But I will say this: they've got a great line of mowers with these cool spring suspensions, so it gives you an independent, smoother ride in the front. Just awesome. You need to go by and see them.
So smooth you could probably have a cup of water without a lid on it, and it won't splash out as you're mowing. Probably not.
I'll let you try that.
Probably not.
Hold it right above your lap.
Yeah. Very good. And in community news, it's the 4th of July weekend.
It is.
No, it falls on Tuesday. This weekend, I'm sure, is when everybody's going to be out and about barbecuing. But starting the 3rd and the 4th, buddy, the fireworks shows are on. Let's see. We've got Family Fun Freedom Hickory Park in Flippin, July 3rd, the Flippin Fireworks Festival. And the lineup will have, see, Jerry Hopper Band, Leslie Williams Bands. There'll be a bounce house, vendors, food trucks, and fireworks at dusks. Sponsors get VIP parking passes. Ooh. Very nice. The 38th annual anniversary Independence Eve show at Lake Norfolk. That'll be Monday, July 3rd, between the 101 and 62 bridges. Show starts at dusk. There'll be music broadcasted on 99.7 The Boot. Grand finale is sponsored by Tracy Ferry Marina. Grand opening sponsored by Buzzard Roost Boat Dock. So that's always a fun one. Everybody's out in the boats. And, yeah. 4th of July Independence Day fireworks, where Yellville City Park. The fun starts at 5 p.m. Looks like At the Curb food truck will be there. There'll be snow cones, coffee, barbecue, and concessions. So that'll be at Yellville. Everybody's just got a show, don't they? Bull Shoals fireworks over the dam, July 4th at sunset, 9:30 p.m. Bull Shoals side, that's right there at the dam. James A. Gaston Visitor Center. So we can do some parking there. And so that one, I have yet to be to that one. Have you been to the Bull Shoals one?
No, I have not. I've heard it's really good, though.
Yeah, I've always done the Lakeview one.
Yeah,
or the Norfolk
one.
The Norfolk one. But yeah, I'm gonna have to check out the Bull Shoals one.
I've heard it's really good.
Very nice. So fireworks and fun this weekend. Y'all be very safe. It's gonna be hot out.
It is gonna be hot.
So if you're shooting off them fireworks, I would just have a hose close.
Yeah, we've had not a lot of rain, so keep in mind. When
Yeah.
you're shooting fireworks, be careful.
Yeah, most definitely. This part of community news brought to you by Mower Warehouse of Mountain Home, Arkansas. You can give them a call at 870-701-5222. They're located at 17 Fulbright Drive, just off of Buzzard Roost Road. And they have, they have a website, mountainhomemowerrepair.com.
They will take care of you, trust me.
Definitely.
They will.
All right, let's take a break.
We've got the perfect guest for this hot day right now.
Exactly.
Well, we got all this heat coming up. Jim Brown Sr. with Jim Brown Company. He's been doing heat and air forever. And going to talk a little bit about what you need to do at home, things, precautions to take. I've got a couple, I don't know that they're myths and stuff that people do that I wanted to question them on.
Oh, okay.
See if it helps. So
good.
This should be a good section, and it's a good time of the year to talk about it because a lot of people, their homes and stuff are, your AC is going to be worked at its max.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break, and we'll come back with Jim Brown, Sr. of Jim Brown Company.
Be right back.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our guest is Jim Brown Sr. of Jim Brown Company, heating and cooling since 1964.
Yes, sir.
That's a while. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in the area, personal life, stuff like that.
I graduated from high school in Mountain Home, so I'm not really a resident, but I'm as close to being a resident as you can get. My father started the business in 1964, and I joined him in about 1967 when I got out of the military.
Okay.
And he started Mountain Home Supply Company and pretty much told me that if I wanted to continue our heating and cooling company, that it was up to me. He was moving upstairs. And so I did, and it's been very, very good. The community's been wonderful to our company. We've had a really good relationship. Now my son is the boss, and he's the one that does the day-by-day and takes care of all of the things that are our company. And I'm basically the accountant, and I take care of the financial affairs of our company, but he's the one that directs the way we go and what we do.
Sure, definitely. How many employees do you have?
It varies from seasonal,
yeah.
but we keep about 26 or 27 people on our staff.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a large staff.
Most definitely. You have also a machine shop, sheet metal shop.
Yes, sir.
That you can do custom work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We do, and that's one of the things that we're really, really proud of. We have a very, very nice shop. It's full of the most modern equipment. We have the digital cutting equipment to be able to fabricate the ductwork and do whatever, and heavy-duty equipment, the rolls and the presses, and we're very, very proud of our shop. It's 80% of the physical part of our structure is designated to our shop.
Yeah, definitely. So what's the biggest job that you've done?
The biggest job that we've done probably is with Baxter Healthcare when they had their ethylene oxide project that we provided the ductwork and the piping and whatever for them, and it was a wonderful project, and we enjoyed it very much. We also work with the hospital and the schools, and we're very grateful for the opportunity to service their needs.
Yeah, definitely. But so home or business, it doesn't matter.
No.
How small of a job or how big of a job?
No, like my dad said, he didn't mind putting 10 shingles on a birdhouse.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, I can tell you they service all of our commercial stuff here.
Okay.
And these aren't the easiest to service. I can tell you, they're up in the air.
Yeah.
Some of them are old units, and you guys have kept them running great. I mean, this is one old unit up here right directly above us. They put a new one in for the other side.
Yeah.
So you guys do it all. It's been great, and I know you guys service my home as far as residential. There's nothing that I know of you guys won't service, whether it be small or large. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've let's see, furnaces, AC systems. What else do you? That's outside of that realm.
Other than just the general duct work and whatever, we do a lot of maintenance things, and we do a lot of things that help your system to perform better and to do better, such as duct cleaning and fogging the system to make sure that you get rid of all of the bacteria and whatever that grows inside of that. So maintenance of the duct system, developing and building of the duct system, and then actually installing and doing it. It's kind of a multi-purpose kind of an operation that we have.
Sure. If you've got to replace your AC system, say at my personal house, you guys have financing available that?
We can do some internal financing for people that we know and whatever. Not everybody has the cash that they need right at the particular moment, and people that we trust and whatever, we will in-house finance and let them pay it off over a period of time. But most usually we rely on the utility company's finance program or the banks or whatever for most of our financial needs. So the answer to that question is kind of yes and no.
Yeah, sure, I can understand that. I thought that utility companies, they can work with you on making payments on that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, very good. So we're in the hottest part of the season. Today it's going to be 103. What are some of the tips you can give the people watching about their AC system during this time?
One of the best things that you can do is to maintain your filters, to make sure that your filters are clean and that they're maintained. The next thing that you want to do is to make sure that you don't turn your system way down or way up and then make the system work hard during the day. It's going to work hard all the time, and you really kind of need to be careful about how high you raise it at night. And the next things that you can do is the solar energy from coming through your windows and the glass and whatever, maybe to draw the curtains and to close the blinds a little bit to be able to eliminate the solar energy that comes into your house, and general things like that.
Sure, I can understand that. We've got blackout shades in some of the bedrooms. The sun comes up from behind us, and it's pretty much that's most of the day. So don't let the sun in.
No.
Don't let the sun in.
No. In the wintertime, let it in. In the summertime, shut it out. It's a yin and a yang.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Scooter, he said he had a couple of myths.
Well, let's take a break real quick, because we got our
okay.
7:30 break coming up. When we come back, I've got a couple things online and things people do that I just kind of wanted an expert to tell me, hey, this helps, this doesn't. We don't waste our time and money.
All right. Sounds good. We'll be back.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should call the Z-Team.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Ridge Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Ridge Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June, up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse, with no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're visiting with Jim Brown Sr. of Jim Brown Company, that do heating and cooling since 1964. And you guys have really helped the community in different ways. You believe in giving back. So what are some of the things that you guys have done?
Well, we really enjoy our association with the schools, with not just Mountain Home School, but Yellville School and Norfolk School and the schools around. We try our very best to make sure that we give them the best possible service at the best possible price. And personally, we like to help with programs such as the backpack programs and things of that nature that help the kids to be able to get the things that they need. We also are very concerned with the veterans and the people in the veterans community. And at the fair, we pay their entrance cost to anybody that wants to go to the fair that's a veteran.
Yeah.
We'll pick up the tab on that. And we have programs where we have kids in school that we really are interested in, that are interested in our business, that we would let work part-time or have some type of a way of making some money to be able to help themselves and get a taste for what it is that we do and how we do and whatever. The community has been absolutely marvelous to us, and we feel like whatever we can do to give back a little bit certainly is not an imposition, it's a privilege.
Definitely. Yeah, very good. Well said. I kind of went off in left field when we were talking about that during the break about the things that they do, but
well, and I can tell you personally because they've helped us in the community so much. I do a lot with the wrestling program, and anytime we needed a trailer, we needed something, they were Johnny on the spot. I've got 2 enclosed trailers. I can clean one out if you need to borrow it.
Yeah.
What size would you need? They've always been there. You guys have offered scholarships for kids. I know my son was a recipient of 2 of them, and he's grateful. And it's just cool to deal with businesses that are that big involved in the community. It's not just about their business, but they realize that the community is everybody working together.
Definitely.
And I love businesses that are like that because we're a very community-minded TV station. We try to do stuff that's going to benefit the community and air different things, and to work with people like Jim Brown Company has been excellent.
Excellent. Very good.
So, just wanted to say that.
Very good.
You bet, and we appreciate that.
Definitely. Well, what are some of the myths that you've read online about the heat and your AC system?
And there's a lot of things people do when it comes to this time of year because your AC is not going to keep up. I mean, when you get to 100 and something degrees, you're not going to be 70 degrees in your home. Your AC is not actually designed like that. If so, during the summer, it wouldn't run enough. If you put too big of a system in, your system won't run enough to keep the humidity and everything else down. So it's sized for your house correctly. But when it gets to 100 and something degrees, you got to take steps like closing the curtains, stuff like that. But I've seen people that have put like little sprinklers on low over their compressors outside or misters and stuff like that. Do those really make a difference to changing the temperature of the house?
Yes, they do. What they do is they take the heat transfer. The refrigerant is what it does is it takes the heat from the outside and the inside and dumps it to the outside. And the more efficient you can make that be, the better off you are. However, there is another side to that. If you do it a lot, you can leave lime and the residue from the water on your coils. So it's kind of a safe haven on a real extreme. I wouldn't recommend it on a daily basis, but in an extreme it will help you to keep your building cool.
Okay, so double-edged sword. Don't do it all the time. On a day like this, go ahead, and then when it's 90,
right, or whatever is normal.
yeah. The 103 today is not normal.
And I will say this: servicing your unit at least yearly on the heat and the cooling side is to me a big thing. I get mine usually serviced from you guys twice a year before at my house before winter and before summer.
Yeah.
And that way I just know that my machine is running like it should. The Freon's good. They've checked everything. The biggest part is they clean the coils and everything outside.
Yeah, what is it that your service techs will do when they service it?
Right. We have a program, and most all good heating and cooling companies in our community have a program similar to ours, where we send a technician out to be able to inspect and actually see the piece of equipment, to clean it up and to take care of the routine maintenance part. That's a big part of it, but there's more to it than that. We also will be able to get all the proper serial numbers and the model numbers of the equipment so that if you do have a service problem, we can get the right parts at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And so we minimize the amount of downtime that you would have by having that information. Plus the people that invest in what we call planned service become part of our family, so they get priority service. Because they have given priority to us, we feel like we're obligated to give priority to them. That doesn't mean we won't service other people. That just means that they're at the head of the line.
Yeah.
And the last, and probably not least, is the fact that there are special things that we give to the program, like discounts and whatever, to make it affordable for you to be able to have this service, so that it kind of somewhat pays for itself.
Sure. What's the timing of the scheduled maintenance? Is it?
We do it on a year-round basis. So we have a semi-annual kind of a deal. We try and do our heating stuff starting in, say, late August, early September.
That's what I would think, yeah.
To try and get ahead of the season
Yeah.
if we can. That doesn't mean that we will get to yours at that time, but that means that's when we start.
Mm-hmm.
And the heating side, we try and start in February or March to try and get the cooling, to get the cooling side going. So it's a semi-annual kind of a thing, but we do it 12 months a year.
Very good. Parts-wise, I work out at Great Escapes, and sometimes it's hard to get parts. Are you guys feeling that pinch too?
Everybody is.
Yeah, I know. It's every
a universal
business.
kind of a thing. The biggest thing that we have is the time delay.
Mm-hmm.
What we used to be able to get immediately sometimes takes a week or two.
Yeah.
To be able to get in, and we hate that because that means somebody is standing on the side without being able to get the service that they're used to, that we're used to giving.
Yeah, and I had to throw that out because that's happening with every business that does parts and service, even the mower warehouse. That's why he made him a part, and that's you guys got the machine shop, and if it's at all possible that you can't get it quickly, maybe you can make it.
Some we can.
Mm-hmm.
Some are specific to the machine, and you just have to get it from the manufacturer.
Yeah, very good. Well, the heat is going to be terrible today. I wanted to ask about your guys and maybe gals that are going into these houses, going in these attics, going underneath them. What they do to take care of themselves while they're working in this heat.
We try and encourage them to keep hydrated and to make sure that the trucks are air conditioned, so they're going to get a little bit of a respite between projects. We don't want them to get to a place to where they can't function correctly, because if we lose their service, then we're done.
Right. Yeah.
So we encourage them to take care of themselves, but the best thing that they can do is to keep hydrated.
Yeah.
And if they do feel like they're a little bit uncomfortable, to take a rest for a minute or two and then go back and take care of what they need to do. We're certainly not going to be critical of how they take care of themselves, because they're a very, very valuable asset to us.
Most definitely. Very good.
And I don't think any customer is going to be upset if it took them 30 minutes more to do something because of the heat. They got to understand that. I think people would understand that.
That's very true.
Our customers are very understanding when it comes to that kind of stuff, and they are very helpful, and they really, really, really care about our people, and we really care about them.
Yeah, it shows. Let's go ahead and we'll take
the final break.
Yeah, we'll take the
and
final break.
And then I got a message from a customer question, so we'll bring that up after the break.
Sounds good. We'll be back.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment, their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done, so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
If you're looking for something wonderful and delicious, head on over to Paradise Cream for a homemade ice cream experience. With over 20 flavors like German chocolate cake and sea salt caramel, it's always homemade and delicious. Paradise Cream has something for everyone and also carries dairy-free and vegan ice cream options. So whether you like it in a cup or in one of their homemade waffle cones, you're in for a wonderful dessert experience. Located in Mountain Home next to Ramada Inn or at their Harrison address across from Pizza Hut and Castle Rental. Let Paradise Cream cater your next event, because you're on your way to paradise.
When you think about hospital.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV, visiting with Jim Brown Sr. of Jim Brown Company. And before the break, Scooter, you said you had a question from
I got a couple of them now.
Yeah, okay.
You're getting questions coming in here, so
well,
that's a good thing. So one of them was, can you tell us the difference between a heat pump and a straight AC? What can consumers do to keep these systems from overworking in this extreme heat, which is, I think, what we've been talking about this week.
Sure. A heat pump is a reverse cycle air conditioner. When you go over to your air conditioner in the summertime and you put your hand over the condenser coil outside, hot air comes rushing out of that. So a heat pump has the ability to turn itself around. Okay. And so in the wintertime, that hot air that rushes out in the summer goes into the house, and the air conditioning in the summer goes out into the backyard. So basically a heat pump is a multi-purpose air conditioning system. And because it relies on enough heat transfer outside, a heat pump is only effective until it gets down to around 30 degrees outside, and then they use supplementary heat like heat strips or gas furnace or whatever to be able to carry it through the colder months.
Okay. I've got a gas heater and electric, of course, AC. So would mine, I don't know if it has a heat pump on it. Would mine have a heat pump on it?
It could, and they call that system a dual fuel. Normally, no, but a special system is a dual fuel, and those are for the people that want to take advantage of the lower cost the heating side, because the air conditioner will provide heat at a little cheaper cost, and then the gas furnace comes on when it gets cold, and it'll be able to build up the difference. So it's a hybrid system.
Okay. What else you got?
Well, I didn't know that. I mean, that's news to me. I didn't know how a heat pump really was different, and how that. And on a normal AC, it's just exchanging, the heat's coming straight up, and it doesn't reverse itself.
Yes, it reduces the moisture inside the building because it drops the temperature, drops the dew point, and that's why in the air conditioning side that you have a drain and it runs water outside. It's removing it from the house, and it's taking that heat through the Freon, the compressor, and then it takes it to the outside, and then the condenser fan removes the heat, shoves it to the outside, and then it recycles itself over and over and over again.
And that's why it's beneficial in some of the campers that we have, that you've got the furnace that runs off of propane. It's gas. But then some of these ACs they're installing now have heat pumps in them. For during the winter time, they can run the heat pump and the furnace.
Yeah, I can see where it'd be more efficient to be able to pull that heat that's already being expelled, but use that to help heat the house. I could see that being a lot more efficient.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's less cost.
Yeah. What's that makes me think of one I had wrote down. What's the sweet spot of setting your thermostat during the summer?
The sweet spot is whatever you particularly like. We like to think that it's best to keep it at least 20 degrees cooler than what the high temperature of the outdoors. So if it's going to be 100 degrees, you would probably try and keep it in the 70s if you could, but you're probably going to achieve about 80, and that's going to kind of be standard and normal. So if you try and keep it too cool, that means that the system never shuts off, and that also means that your utility bill gets higher.
Right, and there's a possibility of freeze up?
You can. Yeah. You can. It sounds crazy to say that it will freeze, but you can.
Okay. As I know, ours usually sits at 68, 69. Yesterday, Carla was looking at the thermostat, and inside the house was 74. I think it got to a high of 90, 92 or 93 yesterday.
Or
I think.
above, yeah.
Yeah, so it was running about 20 degrees below. But so we should be setting that thermostat to 74, 75. Go within 20 So it's not overworking the system, staying on constant.
Allow it to shut down occasionally, you know, kind of, it's like everything else. Let it take a little breather and then start and go again. The biggest thing really is not raise the temperature too high at night so it has too much work to do to try and bring it back during the day.
Okay, very good. What else you got?
The other one was, is it smart to put your thermostat fan on just for air movement?
It moves the air. It does a good job, especially when it's really, really hot. It allows the house to the return air to function constantly and move it over. It'll make it to be where there's not hot spots and cool spots inside the structure, and it'll make it be more comfortable. And really, the cost to run the fan versus the moving the air inside the building is kind of a push. So it really is, it's not a bad idea. In fact, it's good as far as your comfort's concerned.
Well, how about that? I didn't even think of the fan.
Most people just put on an auto, so when it kicks on, the fan kicks on. But yeah, that probably wouldn't be a smart idea to keep things more even in the house.
To just set it on.
Especially during times like this where it's extreme.
And your fan's not pulling a whole lot by itself, energy.
No, it's probably the cheapest functioning part of your system.
Okay. See, there's a phone call I'm going to be making after the show.
See, we're going to learn. We learn something new every day. You never know what's going to happen.
I know, right? That's very good. Well, anything you can think of that I haven't touched?
No, I think you've allowed us to cover the system pretty well, and the best thing now is just to try and talk to the weatherman and see if he can straighten this situation out a little bit if he can.
Me as a weatherman, I could be wrong.
He's known for that.
Yeah.
It's just good, and I want to encourage people, if you have not got your system service, you really should. Let them come out and clean all the coils outside. You don't realize how much of a difference that will make. When that starts getting dirty outside and not letting that air movement just right through them cools will really affect how your AC is performing inside your house.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If there was one thing that I would really encourage people to do, that would be it.
Mm-hmm. So what does that entail? Is that taking off the box, or how do they clean out the coils?
Normally on the outside you can wash them with a hose and clean them up. The indoor coils you can use solvents and whatever to get the dirt and whatever. What it's really doing is trying to improve the heat transfer efficiency, and that's what makes the system work. So it'd be like if you put a mask over your face, you don't breathe as good as you do if you take it off. Well, that's what you're doing when you're doing that. You're taking the mask off of the face of your air conditioner.
Okay.
When you're doing that.
And changing them filters out so it
changing the filters is a big deal. Mm-hmm. And it's inexpensive. It's something that you can do yourself.
Yeah, very good.
Now, I do know that they make those. We had them in the house, and they were a pain, so I went back to the regular filters. But they make those washable filters that they're like a metal type filter.
Yes.
You take them out, you can wash them, put them back in. Are those efficient or good as running the?
They're efficient. They're very efficient, and the nice part about them is you don't have to go to a grocery store or a hardware store or a building supply place, and you can, especially if you have kind of an odd size filter that you can wash it and clean it and put it back. And because they're a little bit more dense, they're a little bit more efficient, which means they need to be cleaned a little bit more often, but because they work so well.
Where do you pick up one of those? I've never seen the metal ones in like Walmart.
Our house had them in both of our returns, and we ended up just switching it out because ours were starting to get a little wore out. I mean, they were in there since the house was built, but cleaning them all the time. To me, it's just easier changing out the paper.
Oh, okay.
And that's just me. Everybody's different, but I buy them in packs and keep them in a closet, so I have them there, and they're just easy to swap out. While you're thinking about it, I'm going to just swap them out.
Yeah. Now, when you buy a filter, you can see there's dates on it, change in 30 days, 60, 90 days. If you have pets, that can make a difference, I'm sure. What would you recommend from what you see on the filters of the date if it says 30 days? Is it more of just watch it?
And that's one of the questions I have is also when you're talking about the filters is the recommendations between a pleated filter or a plain filter.
The more efficient the filter is, the more stuff it's going to pick up, which means the more often you're going to have to take care of it because it does work better. Probably the best thing as far as when to change it or when to do it is to visually look at it.
Yeah.
If it's got stuff on it, and if it's growing like hair looking like on it,
And-
it's time to get rid of the rascal and put something else in there. But if it looks relatively clean and whatever, to change a clean one with a clean one really doesn't do anything except help the vendor that sold the filter.
Right. When you have a dog. We have 4 animals in the house, so ours has to be changed much sooner than what the filter says
Sure.
on it. Yeah.
Sure. It's a visual deal. And you learn. After a while, you learn that yours fills up every 30 days and maybe your neighbor's fills up every 90 days. And it's their lifestyle, like you say, with your pets and
Yeah.
whatever. How much fresh air you like, how much you always your windows
Open
open.
the- yeah.
And what you do, how much stuff you let in there for it to accumulate. And you'll get a feel for it, and it'll be easy. And like he says, to get a pack of them and put them in the closet. That way, when it's time to change it, when you're thinking about it some Saturday afternoon, put it in there and do whatever, and not have to go to the store to take care of it or do whatever.
Yeah. Now my return, it actually has 2 of them, one up high and one down low. And is that different from just having one? Is there a reason why I have 2?
Yeah, yes, there is. In the summertime, you got hot air coming off of the ceiling area that it's taking off and reconditioning it to make your house. That's like having a ceiling fan, that drives the heat down and and then cools the system. And in the wintertime, the reverses. So basically, what that does is that takes the best of the needs in the summertime and the best of the needs in the wintertime.
Very good.
So it's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, think of it that way.
I've got something on mine on the main return, and everything ties back into the main return, even my upstairs one. But you take the cover off, and I've got this big blue light. I mean, it lights up my whole inside, and supposedly, from my understanding, that helps kill bacteria, stuff like that. Is that a good option for people?
That's a wonderful option. It's called a UV light, and it's when you go into the doctor's offices and in the hospitals and whatever in the waiting rooms, you see the lights up there. What that does is that changes the DNA of any living organism that goes across that. So what that is that's a health. That's a health aid to you.
Yeah.
That's making sure that the air you breathe is as free from contaminants as it can possibly be. And then the filter then catches it.
Yeah.
But it kills it. That's the difference between a filter and a UV light. A filter traps it, the UV light kills it.
Okay. So how is your light right before the filter? How's that work?
Mine it's actually behind the filter. So I take my vent cover off and then take the filter off, and there's a huge blue light that fills the whole return.
Does it just stay on?
It stays on 24/7.
How about that? I've never seen that before.
Oh yeah, you can see it. I mean, you take that cover off, and it's a bright blue light inside there.
Very good.
That'll tell you.
Well, Jim, how do they get a hold of you if they need some service or some maintenance?
Our main telephone number is area code 817-425-5775. You can catch us on the website and see what check with our website. We are on Highway 5, on Highway 201. We used to be on 5. Said that for 100 years. It's hard to change addresses, but we're right across the street from Baxter Healthcare.
Yeah.
And you can come into our office. You're always welcome to come there and get whatever you need. We try and keep a reasonable amount of things that you could need there so that you can come by and pick them up anytime that you would like. And but outside of that, I guess probably the internet or the phone would be the way to get a hold of us.
Sure. You can go to jimbrowncompany.com, their website, and give them a call, 870-425-5775. A third generation service company, a heating and air company. So veteran owned, we appreciate that.
You bet.
Appreciate our veterans. Appreciate that you take care of them. And it's going to be.
Appreciate everything you do for the community and just being part of the community, being there to help.
Definitely.
Well, my father always said that the company did not belong to the Brown family. It belongs to the community because they're the one that supports us and allows us to be in business. So saying thank you to them in any way that we can certainly is what we consider to be good business.
Definitely. You guys stay as
Plenty
cool
busy.
Yes.
And stay as cool as possible today. All your techs stay as cool as possible today.
Well,
it's
thank
going
you.
to be hot. definitely. Y'all have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow with Bob Rechtenwald and This Week in Sports, but there's no sports. So what do y'all do now on Friday?
He's got some different sports stuff still going on.
Okay.
So we'll still be doing sports, and then we'll have This Week in Real Estate tomorrow as well. So
sounds good. Y'all
tune in.
Stay hydrated.
You bet.
There you go.
Have a good day.